Tom lived a simple life, though it was never easy. Every morning he woke before the sun came up. He made a small breakfast for his daughter Lily, a cheerful little girl with bright eyes who always reminded him why he worked so hard. She loved toast with honey, while Tom usually skipped eating to save money. Life had been tough since his wife left, but he refused to let Lily feel the weight of his struggles. He wanted her to grow up with love and hope even if they had very little. Tom worked at a small repair shop in town, fixing cars all day. His hands were always covered in grease and his back ached from bending over engines, but he did not complain. Every dollar he earned went toward paying rent, buying food, and keeping Lily in school. The other workers at the shop sometimes talked about vacations or new phones, things Tom could not afford, but he stayed quiet and kept working. He had no time for dreams of luxury. His dream was simple: to give Lily a safe and happy life. That evening, after finishing a long shift, Tom was driving home in his old pickup truck. The sky was painted with shades of orange as the sun slowly went down. His mind wandered to Lily. He thought about what they might eat for dinner, maybe rice and beans, or if he was lucky, some chicken. He knew Lily would be waiting by the window, excited to see him. That thought alone gave him the strength to keep going. As he drove along a quiet stretch of road, Tom noticed a black car pulled over by the side. The hood was lifted and a woman stood beside it, looking both frustrated and worried. Tom slowed down without thinking. Years of working with cars had given him a habit. Whenever he saw a broken one, he felt the urge to help. He pulled over and stepped out. The woman looked up, her face lighting up with relief when she saw him. She was dressed neatly in a simple blouse and jeans, her dark hair tied back. Though her car was clearly an expensive model, she did not look like someone trying to show off. "Do you need help?" Tom asked gently. "Yes, please," the woman said, letting out a sigh. "My car just stopped. I don't know what happened. I tried starting it, but nothing works." Tom gave her a reassuring smile. "Don't worry. Let me take a look." He opened his toolbox from the back of his truck and leaned over the engine. His hands moved with experience, checking wires, connections, and the battery. He explained what he was doing in simple words, though he guessed she did not know much about cars. She watched quietly, grateful but also curious about the man who had stopped to help her when so many others might have just driven past. After a few minutes, Tom found the issue. A loose connection had caused the car to fail. With a little effort, he tightened the parts, wiped his hands, and asked her to start the engine again. The car roared to life, smooth and strong. The woman's face brightened with joy. "You fixed it. Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't stopped." Tom shrugged lightly, though his tired eyes softened. "It's no trouble. Just glad you're safe." She smiled and introduced herself. "I'm Anna." "Tom," he replied with a nod, before closing the hood. As he turned back to his truck, Anna noticed something hanging on his dashboard. It was a little picture of a young girl, smiling brightly with two small braids in her hair. Anna's eyes softened as she realized it must be his daughter. She wondered about the life of this man, who looked weary yet carried such kindness in his voice and actions. Tom, unaware of her thoughts, simply climbed into his truck and prepared to leave. For him, it was just another evening, another small act of help before going home to the person who mattered most, his daughter. What he did not know was that Anna was not just any woman stranded on the roadside. Behind her calm smile and simple clothes was a life far different from his own. She was someone with power, wealth, and influence, a person who lived in a world he had never even imagined. But for now, Tom only saw her as a stranger he had helped, and Anna saw him as a man whose kindness shone brighter than his worn-out clothes and tired hands. Tom drove back home that night with his old truck making its usual rattling sounds. The roads were quiet and the stars began to appear in the sky. He was tired, but he smiled as he thought about Lily waiting for him. She always gave him the warmest welcome, no matter how long or hard the day had been. When he reached home, their small apartment lights were glowing faintly. The building was old, with paint peeling from the walls and steps that creaked, but it was their shelter. As soon as Tom opened the door, Lily ran toward him, hugging his legs tightly. "Daddy, you're home," she said with excitement. Tom lifted her into his arms and kissed her forehead. "Of course, sweetheart. Did you eat your dinner?" "I waited for you," she said, shaking her head. Tom sighed softly but smiled. "All right then, let's eat together." He warmed up the simple meal he had prepared the night before, some rice with vegetables. Lily did not complain. She ate happily, telling Tom about her day at school, how her teacher praised her drawing and how her friend shared candy with her. Tom listened carefully, nodding and laughing at her little stories. For him, these moments were treasures. After dinner, Lily sat at the table with her notebook while Tom checked her homework. He was not highly educated, but he tried his best to help. When she went to bed, he tucked her in and whispered, "I love you." "Lily." She smiled sleepily and whispered back, "I love you too, Daddy." Later that night, when everything was quiet, Tom sat by the window with a cup of tea. His thoughts went back to the woman he helped on the road. Anna seemed kind, polite, and thankful, but something about her lingered in his mind. Maybe it was the way she noticed Lily's picture. Most strangers would not care, but Anna had looked at it with interest, almost with warmth. Tom shook his head and chuckled. She was probably just being polite. Tomorrow he had another long day ahead, and he could not afford to dream about strangers. The next morning, Tom dropped Lily at school and went straight to the repair shop. His boss gave him a list of cars to work on, and as usual, Tom worked steadily without complaint. Around midday, while he was wiping his hands, a black car pulled into the shop. It was the same sleek car he had fixed the night before. Tom's eyebrows rose in surprise as he saw Anna step out. She looked a little different, more confident in the daylight, but still approachable. She smiled when she saw him. "Hello, Tom," she said warmly. "I hope I'm not disturbing you." Tom quickly shook his head. "Not at all. Is something wrong with the car again?" Anna laughed lightly. "No, it's fine, thanks to you. I just wanted to thank you properly. Last night you helped me without hesitation, and I don't think I showed enough gratitude." Tom wiped his hands with a cloth, a little unsure of what to say. "You already thanked me. That's more than enough." But Anna shook her head. "No, you went out of your way after a long day, and you didn't even accept anything in return. People like you are rare." Before Tom could respond, Anna glanced around the shop. She noticed how small and crowded it was. The tools old and worn, the workers busy but tired. Then she looked back at Tom, his clothes stained with grease, his face lined with exhaustion but still calm and kind. She felt a sudden interest in knowing more about this man. "Do you have a few minutes for coffee?" Anna asked. Tom hesitated. He was not used to invitations from strangers, especially someone who looked like her. But Anna's eyes held no pride, only sincerity. "All right," Tom said finally, "but just a quick one." "I have work?" Anna nodded with a smile. "Fair enough. There's a cafe across the street." A few minutes later, they sat by the window of the small cafe. Anna ordered tea while Tom just asked for water. He felt uncomfortable spending money when every coin mattered, but Anna didn't mind. "So," Anna began softly, "tell me about yourself. Do you live nearby?" Tom shifted slightly. He was not used to sharing much, but he answered honestly, "I live in the old apartments down the street. It's just me and my daughter. She's 7. Smart girl, full of life." Anna's face brightened. "The little girl in the picture, right?" Tom nodded, surprised she remembered. "Yes, that's Lily. She means everything to me." Anna listened with quiet interest. She could sense the love in his voice whenever he spoke about his daughter. She admired his strength, his humility, and his kindness. Most men she met in her world of wealth and business only cared about success. But Tom cared about his child more than anything else. For Tom, it was just a simple chat. But for Anna, it was the beginning of something much deeper. She felt that this meeting was not an accident. The small cafe was quiet, filled with the smell of fresh bread and coffee. Tom sat with his rough hands resting on the table, feeling a little out of place. Anna, on the other hand, seemed completely at ease, smiling kindly as if she had known him for years. She asked him questions, not in a pushy way, but with genuine interest. "So, Tom, how long have you been working at the repair shop?" "Almost 10 years, Tom replied. "It's steady work. Pays the bills. Not much more, but I can't complain." Anna nodded. "And you've been raising Lily on your own?" Tom hesitated for a moment but answered honestly. "Yes, her mother left when she was little. It's just been the two of us since then. She's a good kid. She keeps me going." Anna's eyes softened. She admired the way he spoke about his daughter, not with bitterness about the past, but with pride and love. She sipped her tea and said, "She's lucky to have you." Tom gave a small smile, though there was weariness in his eyes. I'm the lucky one. She gives me a reason to wake up every morning. For a while, they sat in comfortable silence, the sounds of cups clinking and quiet chatter around them. Anna studied him quietly. His clothes were simple, his hands marked by years of hard work. But there was something strong and steady about him. He was not like the people she usually met in her world, where everyone seemed to wear masks and chase after power. Tom finally looked at his watch and stood up. I should get back. My boss will need me at the shop. Anna also stood. Of course. Thank you for taking the time to sit with me. Tom nodded politely. It was nice talking to you. As they stepped outside, Anna stopped him. Tom, I know you don't like accepting anything, but at least let me give you my number. If you ever need anything, even car parts or advice, just call me. Tom looked hesitant, but finally accepted the small piece of paper with her number on it. He placed it carefully in his pocket and gave her a polite nod before walking back to the shop. Anna watched him go, feeling a mix of emotions she could not quite explain. She had met countless people in her life, but this man was different. His honesty and quiet strength touched her heart in a way she had not expected. The rest of the day passed as usual for Tom. He worked on cars, wiped sweat from his brow, and thought about picking Lily up from school. Yet somewhere in his mind, the image of Anna's smile stayed with him. Later that evening, as Tom walked hand in hand with Lily from school, she looked up at him with her curious eyes. "Daddy, why are you smiling?" Tom chuckled. "Am I?" "Yes," she said firmly. "Something good happened today?" Tom thought for a moment before answering. "I met someone kind." "That's all?" Lily grinned. "That's nice. Maybe they can be our friend." Tom did not reply, but her words stayed with him. Meanwhile, Anna returned to her world, though it felt a little different now. She lived in a grand house on the hill, far away from the small apartments where Tom lived. People greeted her with respect everywhere she went. She attended meetings with important business leaders, signed contracts worth millions, and discussed plans for companies. But that evening, as she sat in her quiet living room, she thought about Tom and his daughter. She wondered what it would be like to live such a simple life, where happiness was found in small meals together, laughter at the table, and a little girl's smile. Anna had wealth and power, but her life often felt empty. Few people spoke to her with the honesty Tom had shown. The next day, Anna made a decision. She would not let this meeting end so quickly. She wanted to see Tom again, to know more about him and his little girl. At the same time, Tom tucked Lily into bed and sat by the window with his tea, just as he always did. He thought of the day's work, the bills that waited, and the uncertain future. Yet in the middle of those worries, the thought of Anna gave him a strange comfort. Though he could not explain why, neither of them knew it yet. But their paths were about to cross again in ways that would change both of their lives. The following week began as any other for Tom. His days were filled with long hours at the repair shop, fixing broken engines and checking old tires. Each evening he returned to his small apartment, where Lily ran to greet him with open arms. Their life was simple and routine, but Tom always found joy in those small moments with his daughter. One afternoon, as Tom worked under the hood of a rusty old van, he heard the sound of a familiar engine. He wiped the sweat from his forehead and glanced toward the entrance. There, pulling into the shop, was Anna's sleek black car. For a moment, Tom thought it must be a coincidence, but as soon as she stepped out, smiling warmly, he knew she had come to see him. "Hello again." "Tom?" Anna said cheerfully. Tom stood up straight, a little surprised. "Anna, did something happen with your car?" She shook her head. "No, the car's fine. I just thought I'd stop by and see how you're doing." The other workers in the shop looked over with curiosity. It was rare for someone so well-dressed and elegant to visit their small garage. Tom felt slightly embarrassed, but he kept his voice calm. "I'm doing fine. Just busy with work." Anna walked closer, lowering her voice so only he could hear. "I know you don't like favors, but I was wondering if I could invite you and Lily somewhere. Maybe for lunch this weekend. Somewhere simple, nothing fancy." Tom hesitated. He was not used to receiving invitations like this. A part of him worried about taking Lily into places he could not afford, but Anna's expression was sincere. She was not trying to show off. She simply wanted to spend time with them. After a long pause, Tom finally nodded. "All right. If it makes Lily happy, we'll come." Anna's face brightened. "Wonderful. I'll pick you both up on Saturday if that's okay." Tom agreed, though he felt nervous. He had no idea what to expect. When Saturday arrived, Tom helped Lily get ready. She wore her favorite yellow dress, the one with little flowers printed on it. She twirled happily in front of the mirror, asking her father if she looked nice. Tom smiled and told her she looked perfect. He wore his cleanest shirt, though it was still faded from years of use. At exactly noon, Anna's car pulled up outside their apartment. Neighbors peeked out from their doors and windows, curious about the expensive vehicle parked in their modest street. Lily's eyes widened with excitement as Anna stepped out, greeting them with a warm smile. "You must be Lily," Anna said kindly, kneeling slightly to meet the girl's eyes. "Your father has told me you are very smart," Lily beamed. "Daddy says I'm his sunshine," Anna laughed softly. "I believe him." The three of them drove to a small family restaurant not far from town. True to her word, Anna had chosen a simple place, cozy and friendly, where children laughed and families shared meals. Tom relaxed when he saw it. He had worried she might take them somewhere too fancy, but she seemed to understand. During lunch, Anna and Lily bonded quickly. Lily told her about school, about how she loved drawing and reading stories. Anna listened with patience and interest, asking gentle questions that made Lily feel proud of her answers. Tom watched quietly, his heart warming as he saw his daughter so happy. At one point, Lily leaned close to Anna and whispered, "You're nice." "I like you." Anna smiled and held her small hand. "I like you too, Lily." For Tom, the moment felt strange yet comforting. It had been a long time since anyone outside his small circle cared about his daughter in such a genuine way. He realized Anna was not only kind but also thoughtful. After the meal, Anna offered to take them to the park nearby. Lily ran to the swings, laughing with joy. Tom sat on a bench while Anna joined him. "She's wonderful," Anna said softly, watching Lily play. Tom nodded, his eyes following his daughter. "She's all I've got. I just try to do my best for her." Anna looked at him seriously. "And you're doing more than enough, Tom. She's happy, and that's what matters most." Her words touched him deeply. For years, Tom had doubted himself, wondering if he was giving Lily enough, but hearing Anna say it with such certainty gave him comfort. As the sun began to set, Anna drove them back home. Lily hugged her tightly before leaving. "Thank you, Anna. Today was the best." Anna hugged her back. "You're welcome, sweetheart. I hope we can spend more time together." Tom stood quietly watching the bond that was forming. He still did not fully understand why Anna had taken such an interest in them, but he could not deny that her presence brought joy into their lives. What Tom did not know was that Anna was slowly opening her heart as well. For years she had lived surrounded by wealth and power, but she had never felt the warmth of simple family moments. Now, through Tom and Lily, she was beginning to discover something far more precious. The following week, Tom noticed something had changed in Lily. She seemed happier, more talkative, and often mentioned Anna in her stories. "Anna said my drawing was pretty," Lily would say proudly. Or, "I wish Anna could see my new book." It was clear that Anna had quickly found a place in the little girl's heart. Tom, on the other hand, felt both grateful and cautious. He could not deny that Anna's kindness had brightened their lives, but a part of him worried about becoming too close. He had learned the hard way that people sometimes leave, and he did not want Lily to feel hurt if Anna suddenly disappeared from their world. Still, when Anna called a few days later to invite them to a weekend fair in town, Tom found himself saying yes. Lily's excitement was impossible to resist. On Saturday morning, Anna picked them up with her usual warm smile. She wore a simple dress and carried a small bag, blending into the crowd rather than standing out. Tom appreciated that about her. Even though her car was sleek and expensive, she never behaved proudly. The fair was lively, filled with the sound of music, laughter, and the smell of roasted corn and cotton candy. Lily ran from one booth to another, her eyes wide with wonder. Anna followed her closely, holding her hand and laughing along with her excitement. Tom walked behind them, watching with quiet contentment. At one booth, Lily begged for cotton candy. Tom reached into his pocket, ready to pay, but Anna gently touched his arm. "Please let me," she said softly. Before Tom could argue, she had already handed the vendor a note and given Lily the big pink swirl of candy. Lily's face lit up with joy, and Tom could not bring himself to protest further. They spent hours at the fair. Lily played games, won a small stuffed bear, and rode the carousel while Anna cheered from the side. Tom found himself laughing more than he had in years, the weight of his daily struggles briefly forgotten. As the afternoon sun began to set, the three of them sat on a bench with lemonade in their hands. Lily leaned against Anna, resting her head on her shoulder. The sight made Tom's heart both warm and uneasy. He was touched by the bond they shared, but he also worried about how much Lily was starting to depend on Anna's presence. Anna noticed his silence. "You're thinking too much again, Tom," she said gently. He gave a small smile. "Maybe. I just don't want Lily to get hurt." Anna looked at him seriously. "I would never want to hurt her. Or you." Her words carried a weight that Tom did not fully understand. He nodded but did not press further. That evening, after Anna dropped them home, Lily hugged her tightly once more. "Will we see you again soon?" she asked eagerly. Anna kissed her forehead. "Of course, sweetheart. Very soon." Tom thanked her quietly and watched as her car drove away. A strange thought passed through his mind. Anna seemed to belong to a world far above his own, yet she chose to spend her time with them. He could not understand why, but he knew her presence was making their lives brighter. Meanwhile, Anna returned to her grand home, greeted by staff and quiet halls. Yet for the first time in years, the house felt too big, too empty. She thought of Lily's laughter, of Tom's cautious but kind eyes, and she realized she longed for something money could not buy. That night, Anna sat by her window, looking at the city lights below. She had spent years building companies, making investments, and managing fortunes. People admired her success, but few cared about her as a person. Tom and Lily, however, had treated her with nothing but warmth and honesty. They did not know who she truly was, and that made their kindness even more precious. Anna made a decision. She wanted to see more of them, not just as visitors in her life, but as something closer, something real. She did not know how Tom would react if he discovered the truth about her wealth, but she hoped that when the time came, he would see her not as a billionaire, but simply as Anna, the woman who cared for him and his little girl. Back in the small apartment, Tom tucked Lily into bed. She hugged her stuffed bear tightly and whispered, "Daddy, today was perfect." Tom brushed her hair gently. "I'm glad you're happy, sweetheart." As he turned off the light and sat by the window with his tea, he thought about Anna again. A part of him wanted to keep his distance, to protect himself and Lily, but another part, deep inside, felt something he had not allowed himself to feel in years: a quiet hope. The days passed quickly, and soon Anna was becoming a regular part of Tom and Lily's life. Sometimes she picked them up for a walk in the park. Other times she dropped by the repair shop just to share a quick cup of tea with Tom during his break. Lily adored her, and Tom, though still cautious, had grown more comfortable with her presence. One Friday evening, Anna called Tom. Her voice sounded warm but also slightly nervous. "Tom, I was wondering if you and Lily would like to visit my house this weekend. Nothing formal, I just thought it would be nice if you came over for dinner." Tom hesitated. He imagined her house must be large and beautiful, far beyond anything he and Lily were used to. Part of him wanted to refuse, worried that Lily might feel out of place, but Anna added softly, "I would really like for you to come. It would mean a lot to me." After a long pause, Tom agreed. "All right, we'll come." On Sunday afternoon, Anna arrived to pick them up. Lily wore her favorite dress again, clutching her stuffed bear in excitement. Tom wore a clean shirt and tried his best to look presentable, though he still felt nervous. As they drove through the city, the buildings became taller and the streets wider. Finally, they entered a quiet neighborhood filled with large gates and elegant houses. When Anna's car stopped in front of a grand mansion, Tom's heart sank. The house stood tall with shining windows, beautiful gardens, and stone steps leading to the front door. Lily gasped in amazement. "Daddy, it looks like a castle." Anna smiled gently. "Welcome to my home." Tom helped Lily out of the car, his mind racing. He had suspected Anna was well off, but nothing had prepared him for this. She had always dressed simply and spoken humbly, never once showing signs of such wealth. He looked at her, but Anna only gave him a calm smile, as if inviting him to step into her world without fear. Inside, the house was even more breathtaking. The floors shone like glass, paintings lined the walls, and soft lights filled the rooms with warmth. Yet despite the beauty, the house felt strangely quiet, almost lonely. Lily, however, was delighted. She ran from room to room, her eyes wide with wonder. "Anna, your house is so big. Do you play hide and seek here?" Anna laughed softly. "I suppose I could, but it's not as fun when you play alone." The simple truth in her words made Tom look at her closely. For all her wealth, Anna's life seemed empty of the warmth that filled his small apartment. At dinner, the table was filled with delicious dishes prepared by her staff, but Anna chose to sit close and serve Lily herself. She asked the girl about her school, her favorite books, and her dreams. Lily answered happily between bites of food, making Anna laugh with her innocent stories. Tom sat quietly observing. He noticed how genuine Anna was, not only with him but with his daughter. She did not treat them like guests from another world. She treated them like family. After dinner, Anna showed them her garden. It was large and filled with roses, lilies, and a small fountain in the center. Lily ran ahead, chasing butterflies, while Tom and Anna walked slowly behind her. Tom finally spoke, his voice low. "You should have told me, Anna, about all this." Anna stopped and looked at him with calm eyes. "I didn't hide it to deceive you, Tom. I just didn't want my world to scare you away. I wanted you to know me as I am, not as what I own." Tom was silent for a moment. He understood her words, but the difference between their lives felt enormous. "You live in a world I can't give Lily. I don't even come close." Anna shook her head firmly. "Tom, Lily already has what matters most. She has a father who loves her more than anything. No house or car can replace that." Her words touched him deeply. He looked at her, seeing not the wealth but the sincerity in her eyes. For the first time, he began to realize that Anna cared about them not out of pity, but because she truly wanted to be part of their lives. As the evening ended, Anna drove them home. Lily fell asleep in the back seat, clutching her bear tightly. Tom sat beside Anna in silence, but his heart felt lighter. When they reached his apartment, Anna helped carry Lily upstairs. She tucked the little girl into bed with surprising tenderness, brushing her hair back and kissing her forehead. Tom watched quietly, his chest tightening with emotions he had long pushed aside. Before leaving, Anna turned to him. "Thank you for coming today. I hope you'll visit again." Tom nodded, still uncertain but no longer resistant. "We will." As Anna drove away, Tom stood by the window, watching her car disappear into the night. For the first time in years, he felt the possibility of a new chapter opening in his life. The next few weeks passed with a steady rhythm. Anna continued to visit Tom and Lily, sometimes bringing small gifts or treats, other times joining them for simple outings like walks in the park or trips to the local market. Lily's laughter filled their home. And for Tom, each visit brought a warmth he had not felt in years. One Saturday, Anna suggested they spend the day at a nearby lake. Tom hesitated at first. He had little experience with boating or outdoor activities, but Anna reassured him. "It will be fun, and it's just the three of us. Nothing fancy, just a day outside." Lily squealed with excitement as they arrived. The lake was calm, reflecting the bright blue sky. Ducks floated gently near the shore, and the smell of fresh water mixed with the soft scent of grass. Anna rented a small rowboat, and Tom helped Lily climb in carefully. Anna took the oars first, showing Lily how to hold them and row gently. Lily tried a few times, her small hands gripping the wooden handles. She laughed each time the boat wobbled, and Anna encouraged her with a smile. Tom watched from the shore for a moment, then stepped in and joined them, steadying the boat. The three of them floated slowly across the lake, talking and laughing. Tom noticed how natural it felt to have Anna there. She did not act like someone from a different world. She listened, laughed, and shared simple joys as if she belonged there. At one point, Lily asked, "Anna, why do you spend so much time with us?" Anna looked at her gently. "Because you make me happy, Lily. You and your daddy remind me of what really matters in life." Tom felt a lump in his throat. Her words were sincere and unpretentious. He had expected people like her to be distant, focused on business or wealth, but she had chosen to care about them for who they were, not for what they could give her. Later, they sat on the grassy shore, sharing sandwiches and lemonade. Lily rested her head on Tom's shoulder while Anna placed a gentle hand on his arm. Tom realized that Anna's presence was changing something inside him. He felt hope, warmth, and trust, feelings he had not allowed himself to experience fully since he became a single father. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Anna turned to Tom. "I need to tell you something, Tom. Something I didn't share before because I wanted you to know me first, not my wealth." Tom looked at her, curiosity mixed with caution. "What is it?" Anna took a deep breath. "I'm wealthy, Tom. I own several companies and I have more money than most people could imagine. But I didn't want that to be the reason you spent time with me. I wanted you to see me as a person, not a billionaire." For a moment, Tom was silent. He stared at her, trying to process her words. The woman he had come to know as kind, patient, and genuine was someone who lived in a world completely different from his own. Anna continued, "I understand if this changes things. I just want to be honest. I care about you and Lily, and I hope that can mean more than my money." Tom felt a mix of emotions, surprise, disbelief, and a strange relief. He realized that despite her wealth, nothing about her had changed. She had treated him and Lily with respect, kindness, and genuine interest, without any pressure or expectation. Finally he spoke, his voice calm but firm. "Anna, I won't lie. It's surprising, but it doesn't change how I see you. You've been honest, you've cared for us, and that matters far more than money. You've become a part of our lives in a way I didn't expect, and I'm grateful for that." Anna's eyes softened, relief and happiness shining in them. Lily, who had been quietly listening, clapped her small hands and said, "See, Daddy? Anna is nice and she likes us." Tom laughed, lifting her into his arms. "Yes, Lily, we are very lucky." As they packed up to leave the lake, Tom felt a deep sense of contentment. For the first time in years, he felt that life might not just be about surviving, but also about moments of happiness, trust, and genuine connection. On the drive home, Anna kept her hand lightly on Lily's shoulder. Tom stole glances at her, realizing that wealth had never made her generous. Her heart had, and that made all the difference. That evening, Tom tucked Lily into bed with a quiet smile. Anna had left them small treats and a handwritten note for Lily, which made her giggle. Tom held the note, reading Anna's words of kindness and thoughtfulness. He realized that sometimes life could surprise you in the best ways, bringing people into your world who changed it for the better. As he sat by the window with his tea, Tom looked out at the city lights, thinking about the future. For the first time, he felt hopeful that happiness could find them, even in ways he had never imagined. Weeks passed since the lake outing, and the bond between Tom, Lily, and Anna grew stronger. Their lives, once separate, were now intertwined in a way that felt natural and comforting. Lily's laughter filled their small apartment more often, and Tom found himself smiling at moments he used to take for granted. One Saturday, Anna suggested they spend the day together at a nearby community fair. Tom hesitated briefly, worried about crowds and cost, but Anna reassured him. "It's just for fun. I want Lily to enjoy herself, nothing more." At the fair, Lily ran ahead, her small feet carrying her excitedly from one colorful booth to another. Anna followed, her hand lightly on Lily's shoulder, while Tom walked behind, smiling as he watched the two of them together. He realized he felt a warmth in his chest he had not felt in years, trust, joy, and the comfort of knowing that they were cared for. They played simple games, won prizes, and shared ice cream. Anna laughed with Lily, joining in her excitement without hesitation. Tom noticed how patient and genuine Anna was. She did not show off her wealth or her status. She simply enjoyed their company and treated them as equals. After a while, they sat on a bench overlooking the fairground. Lily was happily chewing her ice cream, and Anna handed Tom a small bottle of water with a smile. "Tom," Anna said softly, "I wanted to tell you something more." Tom looked at her curiously, expecting her to talk about money again, but her tone was different, gentle, sincere. "I've been thinking a lot about you and Lily," Anna continued. "I care about both of you deeply. I want to be part of your lives, not just as a visitor or a friend, but as someone you can trust and rely on." Tom felt his heart tighten. He had worked so hard to protect Lily from disappointment and heartbreak, yet here was Anna, offering them something genuine. He realized that her wealth did not matter. What mattered was her honesty and her willingness to be there for them. "I appreciate that, Anna," Tom said quietly. "More than I can say. I've been through a lot, and I don't take kindness lightly. You've shown both me and Lily that you care, and that's more valuable than anything else." Anna smiled, a mixture of relief and happiness in her eyes. She reached out and lightly touched his arm. I'm glad you understand. I don't want anything to be about money or gifts. I just want to be part of your world. Lily, overhearing their conversation, climbed onto Tom's lap. Daddy, can Anna stay for dinner sometimes? I like her. Tom laughed softly and hugged his daughter. Yes, sweetheart. She can stay as long as she wants. Anna leaned closer, watching them, her heart full. She realized that happiness was not about mansions, cars, or wealth. It was about trust, love, and moments shared with people who genuinely cared. She had found that in Tom and Lily, and she knew she wanted it to continue. The evening ended with Anna driving them home. Lily was tired but smiling, clutching her new stuffed bear from the fair. Tom helped her upstairs and tucked her into bed, whispering, I love you, Lily. I love you too. Daddy? Lily said sleepily, closing her eyes. As Tom walked back to the living room, he found Anna waiting outside the door. She looked at him quietly, and he felt a connection he could not put into words. You've changed our lives, Tom said softly. Not because of money, not because of gifts. You've shown us kindness and care, and that's something we will never forget. Anna shook her head. No, Tom, you've changed my life too. I've had everything I could buy, but never the warmth and love I see in your little family. I want to be part of that. Tom smiled, a quiet hope filling his heart. Then welcome to our world, Anna. We're lucky to have you. Anna smiled back, and for the first time the difference between their worlds did not matter. What mattered was the bond they had formed, the trust and the happiness they shared. Later that night, as Tom sat by the window with his tea, he thought about how life could surprise you. He had never imagined that helping a stranger with a broken car would lead to something so meaningful. He looked at the city lights outside, feeling hope, love, and gratitude. Anna had not only brought joy to Lily's life, but had reminded Tom that even in struggle, life could bring unexpected happiness. And together, the three of them knew that their lives had changed forever, not because of wealth, but because of kindness, honesty, and the love they shared. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with trust, laughter, and the promise of a brighter future.